So I was thinking, wow, I've given like instructions for 14 days or 13 days. This is the 14th day. And I think there's perhaps just one more offering that came to me for this last morning, full day, the morning of the full day. And before I say anything about, before I proceed, I wanted to, as I do towards the end of every retreat, acknowledge for some of us that as we come closer to the end of the retreat, I don't know about you, but for me, what comes up are the thoughts about, oh my God, these things that I have to do that have sort of might even have started to edge in, all the emails that I haven't done, perhaps you've been able to or not, and how the thought, because it's really a thought, the thought of this ending might bring up anxiety or nervousness or dread or enthusiasm. I'm going to tell them what an amazing retreat it was. And so I thought perhaps as a community we could take a moment and acknowledge whatever it is that's in our hearts together. Like, oh, can we hold that spectrum of what might be living for us and allow it without feeding it, without repressing it, just like, yeah, conditions change and so our minds and hearts respond to those changes. And I'm here. Just want you to know I'm here, right here in this moment here. And I am open to what my thoughts might have elicited. Dropping down into the body and feeling, giving space for those sensations and feelings. Not having to argue with them. But it's the communication of I'm here, I'm right here in this moment with you. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you. And if you notice the cycle continuing over time for today, see if you would like to offer that invitation. I'm right here. Thank you for being here. Because being and staying connected to the moment is where our greatest agency and power lies. It doesn't lie in the thinking, which maybe we've realized already, but it doesn't lie in the thinking. It lies in our connection with ourselves, and that's the guide. And so no matter what it lies ahead of us, these teachings are so clear that the capacity to discern what's most helpful and healing for us is by staying in the present moment and connecting with what's happening And in that connection, discerning, am I in reaction? Am I in aversion? Am I in overly enthusiasm and bubbling and reaching into the next moment? And as we discern that, first just the connection is helpful. And then, well, how is it that I want to enter into this transition, the end of this retreat? And for some of us, it's been a longer retreat. All of us, right? Yeah, all of us. Oh my God, yeah. For all of us, it's been a long retreat. Beautiful, deep, profound. And can we continue it without getting seduced into the ideas and thoughts and projections of something that we don't even know what's going to happen, really? Staying close to ourselves, that's the best love. And in a way, this it's a different way. This is an entryway into one of the most concise teachings the Buddha gave. There was a practitioner, a householder, not ordained, who was dying and wanted the Buddha to come and give him his last teachings. And he sent a message through someone to the Buddha saying, please come. And the Buddha said, no, sorry, I can't. I don't remember if the sutta gave the reason. And so by here, that was the name of this householder, was like, I really want the Buddha to come and give me teachings, and I'm really about to die, and sent another request. And on the third request, the Buddha came, and by here was just about to move into that, who knows what, consciousness leaving the body. And the Buddha said, in the seeing, there is only the seen. And in the hearing, there is only what is heard. And in the tasting, there is only what is tasted. And in the smelling, there is only the smell. And in the touch, just the touch. And in the thought, just the thought. And by here, heard these teachings, and his mind opened as his consciousness left the body. And so what the Buddha is offering to us is the simplicity, just the ease and the simplicity of experiencing whatever sense base is being alighted inside of ourselves as just the experience, without distortion, without interpretation, without construction, without fabrication. Just the experience and the knowing of it. And so I thought, for fun, we could practice that a little bit this morning. So well, let's have a go and see how it goes. And we'll start with what we've already perhaps been doing, which is we'll start with it's just always a little too far for me, the spell here. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. So let's begin by acknowledging our posture and acknowledging just perhaps the unsatisfactoriness of it for some of us, if there is pain or discomfort, unpleasantness. And we'll come back to it, but just as a beginning, or perhaps there is pleasure and comfort, depending on what you find. And in the sound is only the sound means that relaxation that opens to and allows the experience of the sound. And we don't even have to label it. We don't have to say bell or construction. Oh, I really want to go and see if I can find a bell just like that. Or, that's so unpleasant. Why doesn't Arinna stop? I'm just dying for silence. Like the experience and the knowing of it. Just sound and knowing sound. Maybe you can hear and feel it in the eardrum. Hearing silence. If you would like to acknowledge the tongue and what taste is on the tongue, whether it's toothpaste or what you've drunk or eaten, some subtle flavor, or just the neutrality of no taste. Taste and the knowing of it. Relaxing. It's there. It's living. Offering this as an invitation, not an insistence. And then Coming back to the body for a moment. And in this context, feeling the nose. My nose is always colder than other parts of my body, except maybe my hands and feet. See how it is for you. And then opening to smell. It might be very subtle or neutral. Just the smell and knowing of it, being careful not to go into thinking or proliferation. And coming back to the body. Touch. Just that touch. Wherever you feel touch most clearly. And the knowing of it. Not me or mine, just touch and the knowing of it. How the body is constituted to experience touch and consciousness know it. Actually, there's no I in the process at all. And then lastly, if you would now intentionally think about something, or offer a meta phrase, maybe that's the safest. Thought and the knowing of it. That's all. It might be possible to relax a little bit more because it's already happening. Like if we were watching a movie, we wouldn't try and direct it. We can just watch it. Being present for this happening. it's happening. We're going to end with sound again. Are the sounds coming to being known and leaving? How it's held in that great silence underneath sound. See what arises for you. If the breath is predominant, sensations from the body, taste, smell, coming and going. If the mind has wandering off, thinking, daydreaming, just thinking or daydreaming, sensation and the knowing of it, thought, emotion, and the knowing of it. The constituent parts coming into being, being known, passing away. The knower also coming into being and passing away. For those of you who would like to turn towards a window or a plant or something to end the meditation with seeing, guided seeing, because that's such an important part of our experience. So turning to whatever you would like to look at or what you wouldn't, both are good. And as you notice what you're seeing, is it possible to drop down from the concept level of, oh, I'm seeing this, whatever it is, car, bush, plant, and receive the form and the color? Like that's really what we're seeing is form and color, noticing, and in that see if it's possible to relax the eyes and move into receptivity, as though whatever we're seeing is saying, here I am, I've placed myself in your world to greet you. So not so much going out with your eyes, but relaxing in the body, relaxing in the eyes, and receiving the sight, this life of whatever it is, house, road, car, sky, plant. receiving the color, dropping the concept, receiving the color and the form, the shape, the pattern. In the background is the sitting. And acknowledging that you know that you're seeing this color, shape, form. And then see if you would like to choose a different object, and again letting go of the concept and noticing the color and the form or shape or pattern. How is that? How does it touch you? Going underneath the concept to really receive this expression. We see so much of the time, but mostly we're seeing our concepts. And how much more visceral it is when we're not seeing the concept, but the shape and the form. And then one more time turning to something else that you wouldn't necessarily have chosen, the wall, or a vacuum cleaner, or fan, or handle, light socket. And again, dropping the concept and then receiving the life of this as form and color. And how somehow in this seeing it has its own life and entityness, not just a dead object, but a part of life. Thank you. Thank you for joining, knowing of the sense spaces. Blessings for your morning. See you later, alligators.